Hi, Bumblebee. Hi, everyone. This is Shirley from Shirley's World. On for just a short bit, probably, because this is 4th of July. I don't know how many of you are planning on going to see fireworks or anything. I have my dog right next to me because I'm sure she wants me to build her a bomb shelter. Yeah, she's not been a happy dog for the last few days. Because we've had fireworks going off all over the place for the last, I don't know, it's been almost a week. Last night was bad, and I'm sure tonight will be the worst, right neck over the lake here. So, yeah, not going to be a good evening for the dog. Thank you, Bumblebee. Yes, yes. Like, subscribe, and share. I had such a time with this video that I put on. Yesterday, I spent at least 2 hours or more editing that video of me in the grocery store. I put all kinds of neat things on it, and I did a voiceover of the whole thing. It was a long video. I think the whole video was like 35 minutes. And then for it not to load, and I tried like 4 different times, I kept getting this same error message. So I looked up the error and read about it and checked the few things that it said to check. But most of all, what I did was I was trying to combine the GoPro video and the YouTube or the camera video, the iPhone. And they said that sometimes you can't do that. So I won't try it again because what a waste of time that was. I wasted my whole day doing that. But thank goodness I put the end part. I did think ahead, and I put the end haul video at home onto the camera. So yeah. So I don't know if I go. Hi, Kiki. So if I go to the grocery store again, I'm going to do my videos differently. I'm going to watch the ones I enjoy watching, and they just really photograph when they're picking something up and putting it in their basket. They don't do the whole shop. So I think if I do that, maybe I can just use my phone. I don't know. Or just the camera. I've done it before with the GoPro. I think it was combining the two that it wouldn't load. 5 in the chat already. Wow. Well, thank you for being here on the holiday. Yeah. I have about 4 or 5 things in the bin to go out tomorrow to the mail. So I have been making little bits of sales. Yeah, 7. Well, welcome everybody. Yeah. So you have to know I worked hard on that. Not so much on the video that the video that you saw at home, the haul video, but the the one before, excuse me. The one before it that wouldn't load. The one in the grocery store just wouldn't load. Unfortunately. But I won't try that again. I won't combine them. But I like to do things with my GoPro out and about, and I just can't put them together. The iPhone video and the GoPro video, evidently. That's it sort of was all mumbo jumbo what I was reading about the error message, but That's what I got out of it anyway. 10? You people, you're here before the fireworks. I've already heard a couple big booms, and the dog is right here with me. Home and away resell. Tom and Debbie are here often, but usually watching you on the TV and can't chat with you. Right. I watch so many videos, YouTube videos on my TV too. And you can't you can't really chat because you have no keys. But yeah, there's a lot of times I would make comments and things on those videos I watch, but I watch. In fact, most of the YouTube videos I watch on my big TV. Yes, I'm glad you're here tonight. Thank you. Uh, well, what I got out of my videos as I was editing and watching them was I've got to really try. I know when people start, but I've been doing this a while. I do a lot of and and those those words that aren't words. And I know everybody does it, but it's irritating when you're really looking at it and noticing them so much. So yes, I had the landscaper guy come and take a look at what I want done, and he's going to send one of his crew. I don't know when. It'll be maybe next week. Next, it has to be on a weekend, so maybe next Saturday he'll come. I just need a few things done that I can't do. Then in the fall, I'll have that all not cleared out, but mulched, and get it ready for the winter. And then the mulch lasts much longer when you do it in the fall, which I never knew that before. I always had things mulched in the spring, which was wrong. Uh, Bumblebee, you watch on phone and TV, and you silence the phone as they usually don't play in sync. Oh, oh, then you could make a comment. I see. That would be a good idea. 12 in the chat. Bumblebee, I love your little emojis. Ah, yes, I got two more cucumbers out of my garden. I gave two away to my dog walker, Jolene, because she didn't make a garden this year. Home and away. They started their business last year, eBay, Etsy, and Posh, while planning to retire soon. Supplement your retirement. Yes, we just got a booth. Oh, July 1st in the Antique Mall here in the Adirondacks in New York. Ah, yes. We never had a booth. We had a regular brick and mortar store, but I can see having a booth would be, you wouldn't have to be there all the time for sure. Yeah. What kind of antiques, what kind of things do you sell or put in your booth? Oh, owning. Okay. Well, the reason, I think I've told this before, but the reason we got a store in the first place was because my husband, Jack, he loved to go to auctions. And besides going to auctions, he loved to buy boxes of miscellaneous. So after a good year or more of going to auctions, which they were fun, our garage at the time, we lived in Parma Heights. Our little garage was full of stuff. He'd pick out the things he wanted, and then, of course, the other things you don't know what to do with. So he saved them, and they were in the garage. So we had this humongous garage sale one time, and I put some things in too from the house and whatever. We made $2,000 in a garage sale. Yeah, that's how much stuff there was. I also told him that we cannot go to any more auctions unless we get a shop, a little store. So we decided to get a little store, and we started out in a little part of a store in Hinckley, Ohio, and we were there for maybe a year and a half, and then we had the chance of going to a busier town, Strongsville, which is actually where I get my hair cut now. And it was a whole house, and we would be in there with another person. So it would be the person that owned the house. They'd have probably more, they had more space than us, of course. It was their house. But we had two big rooms, you know, and we were there for, I don't know, maybe a couple years, if it was that. And then we decided to look at the shops in Avon, Ohio, because they were known for their antiques. And they had 4 festivals a year that brought a lot of people, even though it was a little town back then. Um, it brought a tremendous amount of people. Uh, it was called the Candlelight Walk. Now I know there's a lot of takeoffs of that, but it was one of the first ones. And that was the Christmas one. But there were 3 other ones too. And so we got a little um, shop there. It was in a little old restored 1800 and something house. It was probably close to as old as this house is, but it was small. It's a small little house. And we moved all our stuff into that little house. And we were there we were there for about, I don't know, in that house for at least 2 or 3 years, and long enough for me to make gardens around the house. Um, the man that owned the property, Dr. Fisher, he was an orthopedic surgeon. He was about to retire. He loved antiques. He had a gorgeous old 1700s house in Avon. We got to go to dinner with him and his wife invited Jack and I to dinner one night, and we got to see the inside of that house. He had some really uh, expensive antiques. He had in that house, it was built in the 1700s. You've probably seen him in pictures. He had a fireplace, huge. You could walk into the fireplace like they used to have. They used to cook in the fireplace. So they had hanging pots down. You've probably seen pictures of, probably from Williamsburg. That's what his house looked like, Williamsburg. But anyway, we were down off the street in this little house. So we had a chance to move to the main house. He owned that too. He owned this whole property. There were 4 shops. And we got a chance to move up to the big house on the road. So we did. And we shared it with one other person. And we had it was big. We had a lot of rooms in that house. So that's where we did the rest of our antique life. We had a store for, I think, like 17 years total. Yeah. But the trouble was when we moved here to Medina, uh, it is a huge drive from here. There's no easy way to do it. There's no highway way. So it would take me almost an hour to get there. And I had to be there. I worked in that little store by myself, and Jack worked on the weekends, but we had to be there every day. Well, no, we were closed. I think we were closed on Mondays, but the rest of the time we had to be there. So I finally had one lady come and she wanted a job. So she worked for me for a few hours, a couple days a week. So I didn't have to go so early. But other than that, I had to be there like every day. And yeah, but we sold mostly primitives as far as antiques go. Those are the kind of antiques that I like the best. I always bought what I liked because I always thought, well, if I don't sell it, I'll just bring it home, which I did a lot. So, yeah, we did sell some. We did have other things other than primitives, but because we had some, china and ironstone and kinds of things. But we also sold along with that, with those antiques, we found crafting things, not to make craft, but crafty things, uh, sort of primitive looking crafts that we bought and sold in there. So we sold these crafts. So it was called Woods and Goods. That was the name of our shop. Woods and Goods. Yeah. Great bumblebee now on. Oh dear. A baker's dozen in there. Oh my, okay. You have a small house, so we have two storage units. Yes. You sell housewares mainly, vintage, small furniture. We sold furniture too, which we bought at auctions. We sold furniture. We redid a lot of furniture. And yeah, we learned a lot having that antique shop. I learned a lot about antiques, and we learned a lot about refinishing furniture. Mm. Yeah, for sure, we never got rich having a shop, but we did make money when we did sell the shop out at the end. That's probably the only time we actually felt money that we actually made. Buy what I like. You keep some, sell some. Right. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we sold a lot of ironstone. I have ironstone from the shop that I still have here. Uh, it takes time to get profit going. Yeah, for sure. It does. Thank you. Yes, hit the like button, everybody. If you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Or if you're not getting notifications, hit the bell, hit the little bell. It'll tell you when I come on live. Also, if you think you're subscribed, but you're not getting notifications, that happens sometimes. So what you do is you go in and you unsubscribe and then you subscribe again because I don't know, something happens. It happens to everybody, not just me. You also have pets afraid. Yeah, every one of my dogs, has it been everyone? I think almost every one of my dog, except my Saint Bernard. When I had him, I don't remember him ever being afraid of fireworks, but most all my other dogs, my labs were afraid. All my pointers have been afraid. Yeah, it's not pleasant. Uh, you just gave them some Benadryl. Yeah. Well, she's okay for now. There was only one big boom before, and she came here, but now she's laying down. So I will put her thunder coat on if she gets too nervous. But she usually jumps up on my chair, on my recliner with me, which is she's 40 some pounds. That's a lot to jump up on you. Benadryl, we would give like 25 milligrams of Benadryl. Well, it depends on the weight of the dog. Don't give that to a Chihuahua. Oh, big dogs. Okay. I love big dogs. A Newfie, one of my favorites. Yes, 2 pills. The picture that represents you is a deaf pit. She will nap through it. I never had a dog that did that. Yeah. No, I don't know. I think with my Saint Bernard was old. She was old when we adopted him, and we had her for 3 years. She had heartworm when we rescued her. She was a sad story. Um, I knew somebody from another rescue on the east side of Cleveland. Dogs Unlimited, their name is, and I knew somebody from the barn that worked there. And she told me that they'd just gotten this Saint Bernard in, and I had always wanted a Saint Bernard. This was quite a long time ago. I was younger. And I said, "Ah, I would love to see her." So she brought her to the barn so I could see her. And I said right away, him, why do I call? So I told him I would bring the paperwork. I'll take him right away. And so she did, and I adopted him, and knowing that he had heartworm. Uh, the rescue, they weren't going to treat him. They were afraid he wouldn't get through the heartworm, uh, medicine. But I took him to my vet, and she thought he was in good enough shape to go through the heartworm medicine, and he did fine. He did the fast kind with the big, the injections. He had to stay overnight at the vet's, but he did fine with it. And yeah, no heartworm then. He was 8 when I got him, which is old for a Saint Bernard. And then he lived till he's 13. Yeah, finally his body was just giving out, and his hindquarters completely went. Yeah. Oh my, well, your small dogs get half a pill. Yeah. Mm. Uh, Kiki, you have a pit. My Samantha, my girl that cleans for me and does other things the opposite weeks. She has a pit. I think she just has one. I don't think she has two. Yeah, it's a big baby. Guitar guy, hi. Glad you could drop in on this 4th of July. Uh, Happy Independence Day to you. Wendy's here too. Ah, yeah, a lot of people. I didn't think there'd be hardly anybody here. Home and away. I like your little emoji there. Uh, yeah. Well, I think that my next video, I'm going to try to do a recorded video. Again, I'll keep trying till I get this right. There's two of them I'm thinking of. One is to clean out my closet upstairs, which I need to do and get rid of a whole lot of stuff. The other is, just a daily things I do around the house. I don't go out that much anymore. So when I did that grocery haul out, that was a big job for me. That's why it made me so mad that it would not load. Uh, yeah, I usually try to go to the grocery store just maybe every 2 weeks, if that. I think I could do a video of trying to I hardly eat anything, so this wouldn't be hard for me. Trying to live on what you have in your cupboards or refrigerator, besides having maybe to get milk or cream. Other than that, you know, I think I could probably do it for a good month without going out to the grocery stores. But that doesn't mean I don't have to go out for chicken food, uh, chicken feed, and not sawdust, flakes, pine shavings, scratch. I think I go to Tractor Supply for the chickens more than I shop for myself at the grocery stores. 15 here. Great. Well, I have my only Independence Day t-shirt that I own. Uh, I think I have a big old sweatshirt online for sale. It used to be my friend Judy's. And when she moved, she had a humongous sale. She had a huge house. And I bought a lot of her clothes. But anyway, I mostly bought it because she had horses. She rode the horse carrying the flag. She had the horse that carries the flag in parades or like at the fair. And this was the big sweatshirt that she would wear. It was big flag sweatshirt, and I have that. Yeah, it's actually too big for me because she used to be bigger than she is now. Now she's just little. Uh, Judy Fisher's here. Hi, hi. Glad you could drop in. Yeah, I hear the fireworks starting a little bit. Woke up the dog. I don't know if you can see her down here at all. There she is. Keep an eye on her. My landscape guy that just lives right up the road, like 2 minutes from here. He was telling me he knows my dog's afraid of the fireworks. They hear the fireworks coming from the country club that's up beyond them, right beyond them. I hear it from both, but more from the golf course guy. But he says his one young daughter all of a sudden is scared to death of fireworks, and he doesn't know why that happened. But yeah. Do you use the stuff you clean from the chickens as fertilizer? Yes, but you can't use it right away. It's called hot. It's considered hot fertilizer. Um, Chicken fertilizer and like horse and manure, any manure is called considered hot as far as fertilizer. You have to let it kind of compost a little bit. So I put it in my compost pile. And then, next, maybe in the fall, late fall, or next year, I'll be able to use it. But you can't use it right away. Now, you can use like rabbit. What are the cool ones? Rabbit for sure. You can use if you have bunnies. You can use their manure in the gardens. But chicken manure is one of the best fertilizers. And yeah, it's excellent. So nothing goes to waste with the chickens. They give me eggs and they give me their fertilizer. Uh, yeah, in fact, we were going to what needs done in the coop right now, it just needs the bedding inside the coop just needs to be changed. In the winter, I use the deep litter method, what it's called, and I don't have that can go all winter, and it's great. But then in the spring, I sort of it's not as deep and it's just shavings. So you have to change that more often during the summer. So Samantha is going to help me just brush, sweep that out, put it in the compost pile, and put new in because I had bought new at Tractor Supply. In fact, it's still in my back seat because she came today instead of yesterday to clean, and I just wasn't feeling doing the coop today. So we didn't do it today. Maybe next week when she comes. I can do it by myself. It's not a big job to do. It's not the big clean that it is like at the very end of the summer and then, or at the end of the fall and then end of the winter. Those are bigger cleans. Yes, and they give me, yes, they're very attached to me because I'm their mama, you know. I've had them since they were this big. That's all they knew. They didn't know a chicken mama. I handled them a lot when they were in the brooder. They were in my bathroom. And then they moved to the dining room when they got bigger. And then before, then when it got warm enough in the spring, they could go out. But yeah, it's a whole thing raising chicks. Yes, I'm sure glad I have Samantha here, but she's just here once a week. But I saved, if I want to do things or if I want to go someplace, I wait until she comes on her off days and uh like every other Wednesday she cleans and then the other Wednesdays we do things. Either other jobs around here. She'll help me in the garden or we'll go someplace. She'll go grocery shopping with me or cuz I would rather when I go out, I'd rather have somebody with me now. My balance is horrible and it's just easier and it's more fun when you have company. And I'm not looking at the lens. I know I'm not. I'm looking at what people are saying. So please excuse me for not actually looking at you. It is nice, and I just accidentally found, well, not accidentally. My I've always had somebody to help me clean for a long time, and the girl that I had for a number of years, she quit, and I don't know. Her husband had a heart attack, and she quit. I don't know what happened then. And then I was looking for somebody else, and I found Samantha. She was with a cleaning company. So I had this cleaning company come, and uh, I really liked her. And she said, well, she was thinking of going off on her own, which always happens to girls, people that work for these cleaning companies. They work for the cleaning company until they realize the company is actually taking most of the money and they're doing all the work. So, yeah. And then they always go off on their own and do their own little cleaning. So that's what she did. And she cleans for me. And I think I know one other person. Maybe it's two other people, but uh, yeah. So I just had her every other week. And then I started wanting her to do other things with me. And she was very willing. So I have her come every week now. I'd like to have her even more often if I could afford it. Yeah. Maybe it'll be necessary. You never know what's in the future. Since I really don't want to leave this house, I'm fighting this every inch of the way. Now, my kids have only mentioned it a couple times, but you know, sometimes you don't have a choice. But while I have a choice for sure, I'm not leaving my beautiful old house. But it is a lot of work. I mean, a house that was built 775 years ago, lots of things can go wrong. The plumber's coming tomorrow. Uh, but only because I can't clear the kitchen sink for some reason. I did all my tricks. In the kitchen, I have a great big farm sink. And then I have on the island, I have a little sink, you know, and they're connected some way. Well, when one stops up, the other stops up. So they're both not running very good. And I don't have anything to clear them with, except I use baking soda and vinegar. You stuff baking soda down there and put vinegar, and it's like an explosion. Well, not an explosion, it's like a volcano. I worked on it an hour the other day. I have a huge box of baking soda like this. I mean, it's huge. And I used half a box of baking soda and a whole gallon jug of white vinegar. So, and it didn't clear. Didn't get any better really, and a plunger. So, I called the plumber. So he'll have to come with his little rotor rooter thingy, his snake. He even had a hard time. He hasn't had to do that for, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So, yeah. Michelle, okay. live with you if it comes to that. She she has all her pet cats. I can't live with that many cats, number 1, and her house is small. I would never go there, and she won't come here because she won't leave her cats. So that wouldn't work unless she decides to, get rid of her all her cats. She's like a rescue. Uh, my home was built in 1850, so it's like 175, 174 years old. Yes. Yeah, that's what I use, baking soda, vinegar, and hot water, but I couldn't get it cleared, so, yeah. The last time, even the plumber had a hard time because of how it's all put together, the 2 sinks, I don't know, but it'll be his job then when he comes. What I would like to have done next in this house, I would like to have a walk-in shower put in to replace the bathtub in this lower bathroom, and some kind of a walk-in tub upstairs, which would be easier for me. But I know doing redoing bathrooms is very expensive. And of course, I'd like my laundry brought up to the I'd like to have if I would do a walk-in shower into this bathroom down here on this floor, I could buy a stackable washing and washer and dryer, and it would fit next to it. That's what I'd like, but I don't know if I'm willing to spend all that money or not. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a handyman anymore, and my son, he's in construction, but not the kind that's useful around the house. He's in big construction. Uh, yeah. His wife, my son's wife, my daughter-in-law, she can't even get him to do things around his own house, so he's not gonna be much help to me. Isn't that always the way? So maybe I should do a video of a tour. See, it's not so great of a tour of this house because it's all taken over by eBay. But I could still do a tour. You could see where the rooms are and where what used to be there. I don't know. Probably did I do a tour before, long time ago, of the house? Bumblebee's seen my house. Yeah, that might be a good one to do. Yeah. Yeah, I thought I did a tour a while back, at least of the eBay business. I know I did one. That was quite a bit ago. Yeah, eBay sure does take over. That's the only thing I regret that I let that happen. Uh, because really, besides my bedroom, which is untouched by eBay, and the bathrooms, of course, and then the kitchen, dining room, That's at the other side of the house, that way. Kitchen, dining room, and big family room. There's no eBay in there. The rest of them, this used to be the library and the parlor. That's all taken over by it. And 2 bedrooms upstairs taken over. Yeah. See, I could go on Whatnot like uh, Becky Park did a 10-day straight Whatnot shows, and she sold $5,000 worth of stuff. Of course, I don't have she's young and I don't have the energy she has. I could never do that, but it was amazing. I didn't see any of the shows, but I saw when she wrote about it. That had to be exhausting. Just getting enough inventory. That was as big a job as being on the shows. Yeah. No, I thought about it at first when Whatnot first started, but then I quickly decided that I can't do that unless I'd have an assistant. And there's no assistant here. I don't think my dog is going to be a very good assistant. Guitar guy, I wouldn't be afraid to do it, but I couldn't do all the keeping things straight. And, a lot of these people that are on Whatnot, they have somebody on the computer that you like off camera, and they're keeping track of things. I mean, it would be hard to do all by yourself. I know there's some that do it, but yeah, you're trying to dabble in it. Oh, that would be fun to see. You understand no assistant. Yes. Yeah, for sure. But yeah, I'm just going to keep doing my 3 a day. I'm comfortable with that at the moment, and I'm almost selling as much as I'm putting on, almost, not quite yet, which means my inventory isn't really growing, which is good. I've come to I think I have one more day of drafts to put on, and then I have to start ironing, Bumblebee. I have to start ironing linen stuff. I think I'm going to start with shorts because summer and it's going to get hot. And those pants, so many nice linen pants. Wendy's got to go. Okay. Wendy's from Australia. So it's early morning down in Australia. Jacqueline Lasso. Well, hi, happy 4th to you. Jocelyn, have you ever been here before? I've never seen you on. I mean, talking, chatting. Yes, have a good day, Wendy. This is our first time. Jocelyn, well, welcome, welcome. We get together on Tuesday and Thursday evenings at 7:30. And then I do a weekly What's Sold on Sunday afternoon at 4. But these are chat videos that we come on and do together. I have a good group here. Yeah. I'm glad you peeked in. It's rained off and on today, so the garden's all wet. I went out and pulled a few weeds, but there, of course, are springing up all over the place. Uh, my big compost pile is covered with, do you know what burdock is? It's a weed with huge leaves this big. It's those terrible burrs. The flowers turn into these brown burrs that stick to you. My whole compost pile is covered in these, and they have deep roots, and I cannot dig these out myself. And I was hoping my son and my grandson would come out and dig a lot of these out because I can't let these go to seed for sure. I have to keep cutting them off and chopping them down, but the roots need to be dug out. It's hard having a little farm. Uh, my chickens are the easiest thing I have. I used to have huge, big perennial gardens all over this property, but no, no more. I just have my front gardens. The ivy has overtaken the ivy, and the Virginia creeper ground cover has taken over. Um, Back there where the gardens used to be. Yeah. Jocelyn, do you have are you on eBay or any of the reselling platforms? Brylan Farm isn't here tonight. I keep watching her videos of her new little puppy. Mm. You use Facebook Marketplace. Okay. I've never done that. Well, I bought something. I bought a piece of furniture on Facebook Marketplace, but I've never sold on there. The cupboard that's in my kitchen at the one end is from Facebook Marketplace. Mm. It's good for big stuff. Yes. Has anybody done Facebook arbitrage? Getting things really inexpensively on Facebook and reselling it on eBay or Poshmark? I haven't done that, but I know people are doing it. What's that one seller? He's a young guy. He used to be a teacher. He says he's 40 or almost 40. He sure doesn't look it. He looks in his 20s. He was a teacher. He quit teaching and he does eBay full time. Surf, something surfing something. My memory is just shot. I had him on half the day today. He's so energetic. It makes you feel good. I was watching a video of him when he goes thrifting. He goes to 5 or 6 stores. He starts early in the morning and he does this once a week, and he goes to 5 or 6 stores, and he just doesn't run out of energy. No, not Commonwealth Picker. Oh, what is his name? Something Surf. Surf. I don't know. Somebody must know. Sometimes large quantities are good to buy, like DVDs or CDs. You for arbitrage. Yeah. See, I don't sell that kind of stuff. Uh, yeah, it's hard to buy if you're just selling clothes like me or shoes. It's hard to buy anything other than new. Now, sometime I used to go to TJ Maxx and Marshalls when they'd have their big yellow tag sales at the end of the seasons, and I would get things at really low prices and then sell them. However, you have to think those things have been in TJ Maxx and Marshalls for that whole time, and the reason they are on sale is because they didn't sell. So they're new though, new with tags. It's still more expensive than buying things at the thrift store. So home and away, you sell books, a lot of free books on Facebook Market. Yes, I tried books on Amazon. I was an Amazon seller for a short time, a good year or so, and I would make boxes up. I would go to library sales and buy books at the thrift stores. And I'd buy other things too that you could put on Amazon, other new things. Well, you'd have to pack these boxes up and then take them to UPS. And it just got to be too much, especially books. They're so heavy. I thought, this is not for me. I'm getting older and older and weaker, and the boxes are getting heavier. So, yeah. So I scratched that, stopped being an Amazon seller, and went just to eBay until Bumblebee talked me into doing Poshmark. So I do eBay and Poshmark and a little bit of Mercari, although I just don't sell things on Mercari. Now, I was listing everything on Mercari for a few weeks and nothing is selling. And I go on there every once in a while and make, send offers. You can do that on there too. Bye, Jocelyn. Thank you for coming. Please subscribe and come back. Bye. You get lots of free books on Facebook Marketplace. I love books, actually. It was fun doing it because I love to go to the book sales. I just like books, but it just wasn't doing enough for me as far as selling. Mercari did nothing for you either. You tried 9 months and gave up. I know. I don't know. Some people, I don't know if it's a certain type of thing you have to sell on there, but I'm not doing, every once in a great while I'll sell something, but yeah, not good. I like that you don't have to pay any fees now. I like that part. But you have to sell something. Uh yeah. Right before I came on here, I was out filling my hummingbird feeders. I don't know why I didn't make the nectar earlier in the day because I was out like 20 minutes before I sat down here filling hummingbird feeders. You list about 3 to 6 items a day. Yeah, I'm listing 3 a day now and just doing that because I don't want my inventory to grow. I had reached 3,200 in my inventory at one point. I'm down to 24 or 2,300, something like that. And I'd like to get it much lower, but you have to keep listing in order to keep selling on eBay for some odd reason. Mercari's a little better since they add no fees, but still not very good. It's a shame because when it first started, it was pretty good. See, I didn't go on when it first started. I just recently went on there. I don't know. You'd think the no fees thing, that's all on the buyer. You'd think that it would be worse. It's better for the seller, of course, but it's not so hot for the buyer. I can't read that last word because the little hearts, it has to move up one. When somebody else says something, home and away, it's somebody, it'll move up in a minute. It says, while we are at something, and it's okay. Wow, we are at 2250 and it's a lot. Oh, your inventory. Yeah, it is a lot. Bryland Farm, there she is. Hi. Okay, I'm glad you came on to say hi. I've been watching your puppy videos. Uh, yeah, my weeks are all made. When there's a holiday, it screws up my whole week. Yeah, and then Samantha came on a different day, so I'm all messed up. Oh, you were watching the grocery haul. Well, good. Ah, it was much longer, but it just wouldn't load. The grocery part of it, me shopping at the store, it would not load. So I had to cut it down to the one from the iPhone camera. Yeah, hi and bye. Mm. I was watching, who was I watching today besides the surf guy? Somebody else. I have my TV going all the time, even when I'm doing stuff in the kitchen. I can see the big TV. Ah, oh, well. Well, everybody pray for peace in Jerusalem because, or in Israel, because they have evidently they're real close to a a peace talk with the bad guys. Hopefully that'll happen. I saw the best I saw the best sermon. I watch one of the pastors I watch on TV. He's from Cornerstone Chapel in Virginia, and Gary Hamrick, his name is, and he's told about this. He was talking. It was a He's a Bible teacher, and he's talking about in John, but he was told the story about Amazing Grace, the hymn. It's very interesting. Yeah, it was a yeah, great sermon. Made me cry in a good way. Yeah, well, I have not let my dog out except on the leash, except on her long rope. I have it attached near the back door, and I can hook her up right out of the back door because you never know. Even though I have the invisible fence and she's never gone through it, she's so scared of the fireworks and the big booms that you don't know. So it's better to tie your dog during these types of things. So that's what I've been doing. So she's sort of, I think her nose is out of joint, that she's had to be tied even during the day. I just playing it safe and then, till we get through this week. Yeah. Because she looks forward to the evenings, especially because she sees the bunnies in the back and she loves to chase the bunnies. Of course, they're lightning fast and she's never come close to them, and the chipmunks, they're too fast too, but yeah. Well, I've got to go put my chickens in. I'm sure they've probably gone into the roost already, but I have to shut their little pop door. Uh, the finale of The Chosen was great. It's really good. It ends with the start of Holy Week, which is him starting to go. It's like Palm Sunday. And so, yeah, I don't know when the next series is supposed to be on. They didn't announce when that was. But if anybody has not has seen The Chosen, start from the very beginning. And this is the 4th series. And each series has 8 episodes. It's excellent. So, yeah. So I think I will close, and maybe they're starting to be some boom booms out there. So I think I'm going to put her thunder coat on. And I hope everybody has a good 4th the rest of the night if you're going to see any fireworks or whatever. And I will see you on Sunday at 4 o'clock. Thank you all for joining me. I really enjoy these evening chats. Yeah. Yes, you too, guitar guy. And Delia. Bye, everybody.